Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Dragon House by John Shores, narrated by Jennifer Ikeda, and directed by Matt Stadelman. This novel opens with the following note by the author. In 1965, the United States sent combat troops into Vietnam to thwart a communist takeover of the southern half of the country. Fighting alongside their allies, the South Vietnamese, American forces waged a conventional war against the North Vietnamese, who received substantial logistical support from China and the Soviet Union. In 1975, Saigon fell, and the few remaining American troops were evacuated. During the course of the conflict, about 5 million soldiers and civilians were killed. In 1986, the Vietnamese government launched free market reforms, which led to substantial economic growth. The United States established diplomatic relations with the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in 1995. And now, Dragon House.
Prologue. The Dreams of Another. The hospital room looked as ill as the patient it housed. Though everything was the color of fresh snow, the room's walls, ceiling, floor, and linens seemed tainted, as if the stains of misery and death had been scrubbed from them too many times. The room smelled not of life, but of chemicals and atrophy. Several bouquets of once proud flowers leaned limply. Balloons that no longer tugged against their moorings hung in the stale air. A man who looked older than his 61 years lay atop the room's only bed. He had been a large man, but now only the length of his frame hinted of the shadow he'd once cast. Clear tubes darted into his nose, the back of his hands. A razor hadn't slid over his face in more than a week, and a gray and white beard obscured the blemishes of time that dotted his skin. His daughter sat beside his bed. She was taller than an average-sized man, though her shoulders and waist were slender. Her eyes were as dark as walnuts. Her hair, a comparable color, was unkempt and rife with wide curls. Her face was thin like the rest of her. After 31 years of wear, the contours of her forehead and cheeks had been infiltrated by faint wrinkles. At first glance, she might have appeared awkward, but when she leaned forward to adjust his blankets, her movements were graceful. "Are you still cold?" she asked him, looking at a bag of clear fluid that hung from a steel post beside him. Her gaze followed a tube that ran from the bag into his flesh. "I could ask for another blanket," she added, wishing that he weren't so emaciated, that cancer hadn't already claimed so much of him. He tried with little success to shake his head. His forefinger rose and her hand found his. "Do you remember," he asked faintly, why we chose your name?" Iris had heard the story and nodded. "But tell me again." "I wanted a reminder of the good in the world." "Was I?" "You are the good in the world." She smiled, wiping a tear from her cheek with her free hand. "Can I get you anything? Anything at all?" He closed his eyes, appearing to fall asleep. He soon began to mumble and groan. He continued conversing with someone, though she wasn't sure whom. She sensed him fading away from her, falling into a distant world, and she leaned closer to him, squeezing his hand. Her grip seemed to bring him back. He opened his eyes. He studied her, recognizing her once again. "I'm sorry I failed you. Sorry I didn't give you what I wanted to." "Don't be my baby girl, my sweet baby girl. I made
Sample complete. Ready to continue?